What is the quickest way you've seen someone fuck their life up? This kid I know. His cousin gave him a gun over the holidays as a present. So the stumbus ordered pizza with his friends and instead of paying they robbed the delivery guy. Again, this is after they gave the address and name for the order. So now because he just turned 18 he's being tried as an adult and faces like 10 years or more for being stupid. This may not be as bad as some of the other answers. But a friend of mine took out a loan for $250,000, I promise. I am not exaggerating this number, to pay for her dream wedding to a guy she had known for 3 months. They got divorced after less than a year and she is still in debt from it. Last year a guy that my dad worked with decided to download child porn on a US Postal Service computer. This guy was in his 60s. Had a wife and was generally living the old person life with financial freedom. He got arrested and his wife had no access to anything because he had everything in his name. Lawyer wouldn't cooperate with her. I've never seen two people's lives destroyed so quickly. Actually. Make it 3+ cause he had videos of him and a kid. People in my high school who drove like idiots and got themselves killed. Some of them were drunk. But even when they were sober they did stupid it on the road. One guy got impatient and tried to pass a car and plowed into oncoming traffic, and died. I remember on the way to senior skip day celebration. I struggled to keep up with everyone else because they were all doing 100 in a 60 miles per hour zone. One girl got blasted and wrapped her car around a tree. One guy fell out of a car because he was drunk and fooling around. And every ducking time, people shed tears and ask why do the good die young, as if it isn't going to happen to one of the other dozens of idiots driving like jackasses a few months later. A guy I know 17 years old thought it was funny to post fake threats on the app Jodel, thinking it wouldn't be taken seriously. I have a Glock that's loaded in my backpack, don't come to school tomorrow, etc. Police swarmed the school and they eventually found out who it was that wrote the threats. This happened in a 2-week period. A friend of mine lost his kitchen job due to layoffs. Looked in the paper for a job he could get quick so he can make his bills, rent, etc. Finds a listing for a company looking for a driver delivery person ASAP. He has a car so he figures it would be a good quick fix. Calls and gets the job over the phone and is told he starts the next evening. Gets a company cell phone and does his first pickup. Turns out it's an escort agency and he's picking up and dropping off the talent. Does this for a few nights and starts getting to know the girls. Turns out they're all addicted to crack. Big surprise. They get the idea in his head that he's doing all the groundwork so he might as well post the ads himself and get his own phone and they'll work for him. So we're about a week into this adventure and he's gone from line cook to pimp. Fast forward a couple of days into pimping and he comes to the conclusion that all these girls spend their money on his crack, so why not cut out the middleman and start paying them in what they want? He doesn't know where to get crack but his kitchen buddies can hook him up with coke. Gets a bag of coke and googles how to make crack. Yes, really. Whips up a batch of kitchen crack and then is concerned that maybe he didn't make it correctly. So logically he should try it first before giving it to his ladies. 36-hour crack binge later. He's hooked and proceeds to sell off everything including the car and phone in the next few days. I dropped by his place to hang out around day 10. I had no idea any of this was going on. He meets me at the door, explains what he's been up to for the past few days and says he doesn't want me there unless I'd like to pay and hook up with one of the crackheads in his living room. Strangely I declined. Last time I saw him he was cracked out yelling at people for change on a downtown street. 14 days and his entire life turned to garbage. I was the catcher for a kid in my town who was a nasty pitcher from an early age. At 16 or 17 he could throw 90 miles per hour fastballs. Breaking balls. Whatever. It was a reach to catch and I had to keep a wet sponge inside my mitt in case I caught one directly in the palm. He was drafted 12th overall by the Marlins and received a $1.80 mil signing bonus that he got before he even went to spring training. Ended up blowing over $1.5 million on drugs and partying. Developed a coke habit that turned into an oxy habit that turned into heroin. Lost his ability to play. Lost his spot on the team and his shot at many millions of dollars. It wasn't exactly overnight, but the dude wasted $1.5 million plus everything he would have gotten had he continued his upward trajectory, and it all happened in about 8 months. Edit. Atrocious spelling. My cousin's husband got into a drunken fight outside a bar and punched the other guy pretty hard. Other guy fell, hit his head on the curb and died. Cousin's husband is now in jail. She took their kids and got remarried. What makes it even worse is that the new husband is a total jackass, so not only did those kids lose their dad, they are now stuck with a dick for a stepdad. Yes. I get it. This is similar to Con Air. There was this kid in my high school gerotic program who was at the top of his class. Super smart and one of those people you know would succeed in anything they wanted. Well, when it came to time to choose the leadership for the following year, the teachers overlooked him and didn't choose him for a high position in the program. After that he started doing drugs, skipping class, and his grades went down quick. He ended up not graduating high school, going to jail a couple of times, and it's sad because he was someone that I looked up to, since he was older than me. A girl from my school posted a video on Facebook of her doing vastly inappropriate things with a dog. Apparently she'd been forced into it by an uncle. It was deleted the day it was posted, but everyone saw it and she now goes by a new name. Also, a guy from school, at 19, stabbed a 13-year-old boy in a cemetery over a girl not far away from where I live. The guy was a ducking tank and a bully, and to tell you the truth, I had always thought he had a rape murder vibe. Edit. People keep asking what name she goes by now, so I'll clarify that she's changed her name and moved somewhere else. I didn't mean she's got a nickname that she goes by, but I bet she did have a lot of nicknames. Also, this happened in Carlisle, UK. This girl in my town was 17 when she, at 8 AM, ran over and killed a biker on her way to work because she was drunk and high. She was tried as an adult, but due to her connections in town got a grossly light sentence. However, if I was her, I know that I would be depressed and likely suicidal for the rest of my life regardless of my sentence, knowing I had killed a father and husband because of my own stupidity. Edit. I want to clarify that she had killed a man on a bicycle, not a motorcycle. Not that it really makes a difference, but just to clarify.